A woman meets a man on a dating app. He's super cute, has a job in tech where he makes a lot of money, and also is very obviously passionate about guitars, as you can tell from the profile with all his prompts, all his pictures, involving his vast collection of guitars. She goes on a date with him, and right away notices that he's not really a musician, he's more about collecting the guitars rather than playing them, right? They continue to see each other, and the first time she's over at his house, he shows her that he has a room for each make of guitars, a Gibson room, a Fender room, an acoustic Martin room, all with different temperature controls, some of the more highly collectible guitars behind glass with extra security. More months go by, and since the woman is in her 30s and really wants a family, she convinces the gentleman to ask her to marry him so they can start a life and a family together. And some of her women friends are like, how is he, She says, everything's great, when in fact, they haven't actually had sex yet. After the wedding ceremony, they're on their way to the airport when the gentleman receives a notification that the temperature control at the house is broken, and he has to go back and fix it in order to make sure his guitars are stored safe. And once they're back at the house, the woman's now new husband says, I'm sorry, honey, but we have to stay here tonight since I have to spend all night going in and fixing the coding on my custom security system. And the woman says, but when are we going to? And he says, I promise, the next couple days we'll get around to it. After 6 months, the woman realizes she's made a horrible mistake. Not only is this dude not going to put out, but he's not going to be able to provide emotional support or be a good dad. But she's invested so much that she goes for one last attempt. She goes to Victoria's Secret and gets something that she thinks he'll like because it's red and black, the same color as his favorite Gibson hollow body. And that night, when he's usually in one of his rooms tending to his guitars, she walks in, this nightie, and says, honey, I thought maybe we could go to bed now. He turns and looks at her and says, I don't have time for that. I have to do some extra dusting and adjust some of the necks. And something in her snaps. She grabs one of his favorite Gibson hollow bodies, red and black, off the wall, slams it down on the back of his head. He says, what are you doing? I told you never to touch the guitars. He's bleeding and holding his head at this point, and he runs down the hall away from her. She chases him into another room down the hall, where he says, this was a huge mistake. I only married you because I thought it'd be good for my taxes and writing off more of my guitar purchases. And with this information, she grabs another guitar off the wall, and this time slams it right across his face. Pow! Cracking his head open and killing him instantly. She's arrested and scheduled for trial, and at the arraignment, the judge asks her to stand up and introduce herself. She does so, and he looks down at the docket and says, I see you've been charged with first-degree murder. First offender? And she says, no, Judge. First a Gibson, then a Fender.